A very good morning to you. Welcome to Newspaper Review on this Wednesday, 23rd November 2022. I'm your host Emmanuel here at Romy TV Africa. Keep on following us, subscribing to our channel at Romy TV Africa on YouTube. Hit that notification bell for more news updates, and also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and also on Twitter. And news that are making headlines this morning, we start that Naneo Muthoni laid to rest as family local leaders call for justice. Naneo Muthoni Muturi, a woman who was found dead in her boyfriend's house in Langata Estate over a week ago, was laid to rest on Tuesday afternoon amid calls for the authorities to put her suspect killer behind bars. Speaker after speaker eulogized Naneo as a kind-hearted woman who would never hurt a fly, with the funeral program characterizing her suspected killer as a merciless, cruel, and demonic human being. At the funeral, emotions ran high as close family and friends sought to grapple with her brutal death. According to a post-mortem, Naneo suffered a painful death. She was clobbered with a blunt object, and sharp object pierced her head. Pathologists found that it was this injury that ended her life. Additionally, she had multiple injuries on her body consistent with an assault. Thomas Muthi Nganga, who had been in relationship with Naneo for about a year, was missing when her body was found in his house in Langata Estate on Sunday, November 13th. He was captured days later near the Ugandan border in Malaba. Naneo's mother, Grace Kena Muturi, urged parents to stay in touch with their adult children so they know what is going on in their lives. And I quote, "Learn to listen to your children. Do not leave them because they are now adults and living their own lives," she said tearfully, adding that her daughter's neighbors should have spoken up on the day of her murder. This would not have happened if a neighbor had spoken about what was happening, but I forgive the neighbors. Local leaders who are present, including renowned lawyer Saitabao Kanchori, called for justice for Naneo. Well, these are the same story about Naneo Muthoni, the lady who was murdered by her boyfriend in Langata, and later the boyfriend was arrested when he was found drunk and was arrested, and this has brought a lot of attention to relationships, wondering if our relationship at the moment are safe, because you not trust your partner. You never know when your trust will turn against you. So I'm urging each and everyone out there, wherever you are, make sure at least when you are in a relationship, please just take care of your partner. Don't turn against your partner, because you know we are here to help each other. We are not here to murder one another. In other stories that are making headlines this morning, Kilifi suspends selling and uprooting of baobab trees. Kilifi County Government has suspended the insurance of license for selling and uprooting baobab trees and warned buyers of stern legal action after President William Ruto's order to end the activity. The Department of Environment and Forestry has been ordered not to authorize the uprooting of trees, which gave room for a foreign company, a river sued company, and a Georgian, Mr. George Gisalia, to uproot and export baobab in Georgia, United States. Kilifi Governor Gideon Mungaro faulted an earlier move that allowed the uprooting and export of the baobab tree in Kilifi. And I quote, "The county government will not issue permits for cutting off trees. We were confused because NEMA allowed the farmers to uproot the baobab trees to create space to plant maize. But it was a lie. They intended to use the document to sell the trees for export," said the governor. According to the governor, the county has suffered massive deforestation due to charcoal production, leading to severe drought. Unfortunately, the land in Kilifi is bare, due to the massive cutting down of trees for charcoal. A comprehensive assessment of the case. Ms. Tuya said the government officers within the ministry and agencies that did not follow due process would face administrative action. She said the government was on course with plans to increase the national trees cover to 30% in 10 years by planting 15 billion trees. And I quote what she said, "As a ministry, we will not condone any retrogressive steps that will derail these efforts." Well, this is a story about the Kilifi situation of the baobab trees, that people are cutting down baobab trees and leading to loss of property. And we saw that yesterday when we saw the president talked, he ordered to end the activity as soon as possible, because this is not allowed at all. Even the cabinet secretary of lands, Ms. Tuya, said that this activity is not allowed to be done, because most people lose their places of worship, and even charcoal is being searched through cutting of baobab trees, and which is not allowed. So at the moment, Kilifi governor is also in trail to see what he can do about this situation in Kilifi at the moment. In other stories, Ruto allied governors skip meeting of Lake Region Bloc. A move by President William Ruto allied governors to skip the Lake Region Economic Bloc 910th Summit has brought to the fore the deep political divisions that derailed the operation of the outfit since its inception. The summit is an annual high-level meeting of the bloc leaders and development partners to discuss ways of energizing and coordinating the economic vision of the 14 Lake Basin counties. The counties are Kisumu, Siaya, Migori, Homa Bay, Nyamira, Kisii, Kakamega, Bungoma, Vihiga, Busia, Trans Nzoia, Bomet, Kericho, and Nandi. The county bosses who attended the event included the host, Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, the governor of Kisumu, James Orengo, who is the governor of Siaya, Gladys Wanga, governor of Homa Bay, Ochilo Ayako, governor of Migori, Simba Arati, Kisii, and Amos Nyaribo of Nyamira. Also present were Fernandez Baraza, the governor of Kakamega, Kenneth Lusaka, Bungoma, Paul Otuoma, Busia, George Nachembea, Trans Nzoia, and Wilbur Otichilo, Vihiga. The two-day event, which ended on Monday, was skipped by governors Stephen Sang from Nandi, Hilary Barchok from Bomet, and Eric Mutai from Kericho. But Nandi Deputy Governor Yulita Cheriot attended the summit, and Professor Nyong'o told delegates that Mr. Sang was out of the country. The summit came at a time of transition for the administration of member counties following the August elections. While the governors chose not to speak about the issues directly, many delegates raised questions on whether Rift Valley counties were committed to the role. But when he rose to speak, the former chairman of the bloc, Wycliffe Oparanya, cited lack of enough funding, political undertones in counties, and bureaucracy in the outfit of major challenges. Mr. Oparanya also claimed that dual membership by counties in different economic blocks in another stumbling block. Other regional economic blocks are the Frontier Counties Development Council, the North Rift Economic Bloc, the Jumuiya ya County za Pwani, the Southeastern Kenya Economic Bloc, and Mount Kenya and Aberdares Region Economic Bloc. Governor Nyong'o, in his speech, highlighted the same challenges they have faced, including non-commitment from some member counties. Professor Nyong'o, who spoke after being elected the bloc new chairman, said member counties were to make some periodic financial contributions to help run its affairs. They were also to start commercial bank and second competent staff to run the secretariat. At the end of the summit, the governors signed resolutions that the bloc dream will only be realized if member counties remain united for a common goal with the commitment of the national government and development partners. Now, when we turn to this story, we see that governors from the Lake region, which are like some of the counties are like Kisumu, Siaya, Nyamira, Migori, Nandi, Trans Nzoia, Bomet, and Kericho, are seen to come together at least to see how they are going to deal with this Lake region, because we know that also Lake region has been affected with some of the cases. Like for example, at the moment we see that in the Lake Victoria there are some situations whereby we see there's dying of fish from an unwanted smell that comes from the lake, which is said that there's oil that is on top of the water that is blocking air from entering inside the water to help the fish. But we want to see how the Kenyan government, Ruto's government, is going to help it's going to help the national counties of the Lake Victoria region. It's going to help them cope up with these situations. In other stories, shock as police boss loses vehicles in car theft syndicate. Now we turn our attention to Bomet, whereby we see that when George Magondo, the commander of the Silibwet police station in Bomet Central, sub-county, Bomet County, parked his car at the usual spot at night and went to sleep over the weekend. He thought he would find it there the following morning. But he got a rude awakening early in the next morning as he left to go to work. He had become a victim of crime. He was shocked to find his car was missing from the parking lot, and he was left holding useless keys in his hands. The man who received processes and investigates crimes before handing over the files to prosecutors, he was now the one reporting a crime. Mr. Magondu headed to the Bomet Divisional Police Headquarters, a short distance from the scene of the crime, to report the theft. He led police officers to investigate the crime, which included his fellow officers questioning him about what happened. The nation has learned that the stolen vehicle, a white Toyota DX102 station wagon with registration number KAR 957W, had not been recovered by the time this story was published. Mr. Imamai said the vehicle was parked on a roadside near Brooklyn Hospital, a short distance from the county headquarters, as the residential houses do not have parking bays. The incident has sparked fears among residents that a vehicle theft gang that previously hit the region had resurfaced after a lull of over 3 years. The gang, which ran syndicate in Bomet, Narok, Nakuru, Kisii, Nyamira, Kericho, Trans Nzoia, Uasin Gishu, Bungoma, and Kakamega counties, was dismantled in 2019 and 2020. Some of the suspected ringleaders were arrested and charged with stealing vehicles that were recovered in Kitale, Eldoret, and Nyamira. Outgoing Bomet County Police Commander Esther Seronei recently urged the public to volunteer in information to security agency on suspected criminals operating in the region. Now, this is another story we see about crime, and this we can see that these criminals have the urge to go and steal a vehicle that belongs to the head of department in the police sector in Bomet County, and this shows that most people live in fear, knowing that maybe their property is not safe at all. And now the county government of Bomet is going to check this situation and see what actually led to this situation of being stolen a vehicle from the what do we call the commander, the OCS of Silhouette police station being stolen the vehicle. And this is going to bring a lot of attention to each and every one of us. Make sure, dear viewer, that you subscribe to our channel. Just a reminder, here at Romy TV Africa, on Twitter, Instagram, and also on TikTok. Make sure you also subscribe to our channel at Romy TV Africa on YouTube and hit that notification bell so that you may get more information. In Nyeri County, boy in girl's uniform sneak into ladies' high school with condoms. Wow. Police in Nyeri are holding an 18-year-old boy for sneaking into a girls' high school to meet his girlfriend on Monday night. The Form 4 student at a nearby mixed day school was arrested after being spotted heading to the girls' dormitory at around 11 p.m. dressed in the uniform of the girls' school. Students were retiring to bed after the night preps, and when he joined the group asking the whereabouts of his girlfriend, he startled the girls. The boy was arrested by the school night guard and matron, who said that the students realized he was not female because of his husky voice, said Otuya Sub-County Police Commander Robert Kibuchi. He was found to have stuffed his bosom with a piece of clothing, 3 condoms, and a mobile phone while wearing a blouse and a skirt. Though the boy alleged that he was invited to the school by his girlfriend, he had not revealed her identity, Mr. Kibuchi said. Mr. Kibuchi said the police wondered how the boy kept in touch with the girlfriend because she has been at the boarding school for over a month. Though the boy studies at a day school 3 kilometers away, Mr. Kibuchi said he lives next to the girls' school with his family. The police will present him in an Odaya court on Wednesday and plan to charge him with committing a felony. Wow, this is a very interesting story. It's a very interesting story. We see that an 18-year boy, a high school boy, a Form 4 boy is sneaking from a day school, sneaking into a girls' school. We have had these cases most of the times that you see that boys try to sneak into girls' schools. I don't know what's the reason behind it, but as we can see in this story, we see that a boy is sneaking into a girls' school just to go and see his girlfriend, and he was caught by the school matron and also the school guard. This is it will bring a lot of attention to the schools at the moment. We see that as this comes to an examination period, we have to be careful in whatever we're doing. Dear students, wherever you are, don't think that because you are almost finishing school you can do whatever you do. These are the moments that you're supposed to be disciplined at all times. Respect your teachers. Don't do silly mistakes that will make you not to do your final examination, because you see this examination at the moment is your last examination that will determine your future. So let's wait and see what the court is going to do about it. Are they going to jail him, or are they going to just help him out and advise him and let him do his exam? Before we go for a short break, let's turn to issues according to exam. In Busia County, 2 arrested in Busia for exam cheating. 2 people have been arrested and are waiting to be arraigned at Busia Court after being found with what was believed to be information on the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examination. The 2 were found circulating chemistry, physics, and biology practical guidelines on WhatsApp groups, said Busia County Commissioner Kipchumba Ruto. Mr. Tobias Ouma and Mr. Wycliffe Odhiambo were seized after members of the public raised alarm, he added. The 2 believed to be university students were spreading the information on WhatsApp forums belonging to university students in Busia. Mr. Ruto said the instructions circulated online are supposed to guide examination centers on what to buy for practical exams. Mr. Ruto warned parents and candidates in Busia to be wary of people claiming to have examination details in advance. Mr. Ruto warned private examination center in Busia County that he said are prone to examination irregularities that they will be dealt with if found engaging in any form of examination malpractices. The Kenya National Examination Council and other government agencies are working together to make sure that nobody engages in examination malpractices before and during the examination, he said. Well, why do these people try to fool students this particular moment? And it's not a new story about exam cheating, but I'm pretty sure that the government, the Kenya National Examination Council, is going to deal with this matter, and we see how these people are going to be dealt with, because this leading the issue of being